And you may already know me, but for those of you who don't, my name is Kimmy. I'm a certified life coach, a former teacher, and a crazy plant lady. I spent the first 40 years of my life in Maine and moved down to the South about 5 years ago. Moving away from my comfort zone was terrifying, but it allowed me to break free from my old self and really discover the real Kimmy. 3 years ago, I bought my beautiful home here on Lake Murray in South Carolina, and I began a journey to heal and awaken my authentic self. My first 2 years here were magical. I transformed my house into my dream home. I unlocked my crazy plant lady badge, and I landed my dream job working from home. But after 2 years of working in healthcare during the pandemic, I hit my breaking point and decided to walk away from it all. After closing my consulting business and quitting my full-time job, I spent over a year recovering from burnout, and I began to feel really disconnected and purposeless. Things really escalated when the grand opening for my new business was a complete and total flop. I began to doubt my purpose and my ability, and that's when I stopped reaching out to my friends and family because I didn't feel like I had any value to offer anyone. And I didn't want to talk about how badly my grand opening had turned out. I would wake up every morning believing that I wasn't useful to anyone and that it would be easier for me to simply end my life. That was one of the loneliest seasons I have ever been through because only a handful of friends even noticed that I had withdrawn. And when I share that part of the story, everyone always says, "Oh, Kimmy, I wish I had known. I'm always here for you if you need me." And one thing that I will shout until my voice gives out is this: someone who is struggling with depression, hopelessness, and suicidal thoughts doesn't feel worthy of love. Their brain has tricked them into thinking that they're a burden to their friends and they need their friends to reach in because they can't reach out. It was during this season, I would wake up each and every day with thoughts of suicide, complete hopelessness, and panic at how I was going to pay my bills. My mind was telling me lies like, "Kimmy, your friends have better things to do than listen to your problems. Kimmy, you're not lovable, and that's why no one has noticed that you've disappeared and why no one has even reached out. You have no purpose or hopes of anything getting better, so wouldn't it be easier if you just ended things?" And I would hear myself say, "Well, no matter what you try in your business, everything fails, so why not just give up?" Or I would battle the thought of, "You're probably not going to be here much longer, and so why does it matter anyways?" And even just saying these thoughts out loud is really hard because it takes me back to that dark time. And these words haunted me every single morning for over 9 months. But I never gave up fighting. And slowly but surely, I've found my way back to the surface. And now I'm ready to break my silence and share my story of hope. Now, if you're a dear friend of mine and you're listening to this for the first time and you're feeling guilty for not reaching out to me, just stop. Don't pour any shame or guilt over you because this year of struggle was part of my journey. My isolation, the battle that I went through, it was all part of a bigger plan to get me to right here in this moment, to share my story and to start helping other women fight similar battles. Now, if you're here with me and you found the Elevation Tribe, just know that it is not a mistake. There is such a need for our community right now. So many of us are struggling with self-doubt and self-sabotage, overwhelm, and we're all craving authentic connections more than ever. Okay, so I have a little confession to make. All of these struggles that I went through this year could have been completely avoided. Yep, you heard that right. About a year ago, I was driving in my car and I was listening to some music and just crying my heart out and asking, what is my purpose? And I know y'all have been there before, right? In the middle of those, like desperate moments of our lives, we cry out. And in the middle of my desperate cries, I clearly heard, you need to share your story. And this message was so clear that I immediately told a friend what I had heard and what I thought that message meant. But I didn't take any action on this thought because it was too scary. My friends can attest to the number of times that I put the Elevation Tribe on the back burner. I probably rebuilt my website at least 5 times, and I had so many false starts. I would get right to the finish line and be ready to go, but my fear and self-sabotage got the better of me every single time. And each failure to launch sent me deeper into depression. So instead, I was like, well, let me sell some plants, or maybe people would like my essential oil bundles, or hey, everybody, check out these pretty Christmas decorations I made. And well, I'm really good at web design, so let's start a business to teach that. And I think I'm going to try wellness workshops to teach what I've been learning. And wow, Kimmy, you're really great with porch design, so let's try that. But over and over and over, each attempt that I made with my business failed because none of those paths were my path to walk down. And my ultimate wake-up call was when I received a notification from Facebook that my Facebook page for my porch business was being deleted. And there was some legal yada yada about me breaking community guidelines, which was crazy. And I went into my meditation time that night completely brokenhearted and just asking again, what is it that I should be doing with my time? And how am I going to pay my bills? What's my purpose? And again, I heard, you need to tell your story. And so that night and over the next few days, I really committed to going all in with building the Elevation Tribe. And as I surrendered to this path, the most beautiful thing happened. The fear and the mental blocks completely disappeared. My vision for how to structure my business became crystal clear, and I started moving forward with inspired action, and with every single step, my confidence and purpose grew. And so now here we are with a thriving community of women who are embracing authenticity and have complete confidence that we will be changing lives with the Elevation Tribe, because our message of hope is desperately needed right now. On my journey of healing, I was blessed with an incredible community of women who held me up, encouraged me, and wouldn't let me quit. The Elevation Tribe is a reflection of my own amazing tribe of friends, and it speaks to the power of community. What I learned on my journey is that nothing is a mistake. Everything I've been through was to help me with where I'm going next. My mess has been turned into my message. And one thing I'm sure of is that no matter where you're going, what you're going through, it's all part of something bigger. And on my journey, I discovered how to heal and awaken my authentic self. And you may be wondering, how did you do that? Well, I learned and diligently practiced 3 holistic strategies: meditation, emotional tapping, or EFT, which is the emotional freedom technique, and also essential oils. And as soon as all three of these were really in play, I noticed a difference immediately. My headaches went from weekly to almost completely non-existent. My sleep improved. My anxiety and my mental overwhelm calmed down almost immediately. And I was no longer on an emotional roller coaster. So once I recognized these differences, I knew that I had to share what I learned. And so I put my former teacher hat back on and began creating the lessons inside of the Elevation Tribe.